Welcome in to Friday night stream time. So you notice this is not our city. It's because I'm starting over. Just really wasn't liking what we had done before with our original city. Plus, there's been quite a few patches and updates and what have you. So I figure we'll start fresh. And to make things a little bit different, we did a European theme, and I've also done with the European theme, I also swapped the traffic to left-handed traffic. So this will be confusing for me because this is backwards, but we'll make it work, right? But we get to see the European style buildings and some of the differences with the art style and whatnot. But this is the map we've got here. Looks like it might be pretty interesting. One thing I'm going to do though is we're going to flatten almost all of it. With the exception of like the big mountains. Oh, the Yu Yu Hakusho? Nice. I have small hopes because of how awesome One Piece is, but then I'm reminded of how terrible literally every other live-action anime has been. We'll see. But I think we're gonna flatten everything out that's down here in these valleys. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this doesn't need to be this steep. So, it's in Japanese. Oh, that's awful. Anywho, I figure we'll start up and make this our initial residential area over here, maybe. We've got an alternate highway connection here that just kind of ends. Just kind of strange. So we might be able to make use of that at some point, but we don't have highways for a little while, so... I can, actually, because I don't care. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So let's get started. Good thing is you don't lose money or anything until you actually like start building buildings, so it's pretty cool. Alright, let's get this leveled out. I think like this is flat, so we'll just level everything to this right here. Let's see how this does. Come back and touch up the edges a bit. Hope everybody had a good week. Getting ready for the, not really a holiday weekend, but a special weekend, I guess, is how you'd classify it. Yeah. Let's do that. I'm just gonna take care of all this here until they decide to patch the way the terrain works. They probably won't. We'll just have to wait for modded maps to come out that have actual usable land. So this is kind of cool. We can leave this like that, so we'll have like a slope that comes in off the bridge. So we'll just come back in and soften that up a bit. Yeah, so this has like its own little retainer. That's so weird. What a weird... I wonder if they... I think that might be a bug. It just seems like a... Like they built that and then just left it and didn't realize that it was like that. Alright. And then back to leveling on this side. Then we get some crazy slopes going for no reason. Like... I don't understand. We'll have to work on that as we unlock more tiles, obviously. Once we get the highways unlocked, we might like make this all a big retaining wall, or you know, like this. That would look pretty cool. All right. Make our brush a little smaller and come back through here. What's going on in here? Hurrah! Apparently that was a building? Sure. It looked like a rock to me, but Whatever you say, Daddy. Just make the edges not so drastic. Alright, so we've got an intro, looks like a highway into the 4-lane, excuse me, and then straight into a roundabout. Is that one of the larger roundabouts? I feel like it might be. So, we just run the main street, keep it going this way. I don't even know if we need this roundabout here, honestly. Yeah, it's the small one. Alright, so... That's cool, it just removes it and keeps the road connected. Nifty. Alright. I wouldn't mind a roundabout kind of in the middle, and then we can branch off on either side. That's what we'll do. Why are we... Apparently it has to go... Okay. Odd that I can't put it there, but I guess we'll go there. And then... Do we want to keep a 4-lane? We probably do. Turn off that one. I can put that right now. Let's just run that straight down. That'll go straight up. Okay. We need to look at how we're going to do our water and power. We have a nice water reservoir here, which we can use if we want to go that route. Which I kind of like doing it that way instead of having the pumps. Especially with how tall the cliff face is here, it really wouldn't look right to have the pump there. So, let's do that. What does our wind direction look like? The wind's blowing that way, so we might actually want to make our initial industry section down here, possibly. We do have high enough winds to make use of these as well. Interesting. Interesting. It'd be nice to be able to get up onto some of these mountains and put those up there, and our power connections here. How big is the base power plant? That would fit. It wouldn't really connect to the highway though if we put that there. Dilemma. Okay. Let's do another roundabout here. And I think, what was it? It was this one. We can run this road like all the way down. Something like that. And then we should have our reservoir, yeah, smack dab on top of it. Beautiful. And we'll just do, there's no reason to have a sidewalk here. So we'll do like an alley. That groundwater pumping station can go right there. Nice. And we are gonna have to have a poop pipe though. And it's just gonna puddle up in here. Lovely. Guess, and there's nothing on the highway. There's no connection on the highway either. So I guess that'll make the most logical sense then. Connect that there. I know we don't have any electricity. We could always cross over. So this has a fairly significant amount of ground pollution, so you don't want to put that right there because it would contaminate that. But I feel like over here would be fine. I feel like that would be okay. So what if we did something like that? I'll just do that for now, and then we can put this guy on the corner here, and run power lines maybe like this. Go. Alright, we've got power and water up and running. Now let's get our first neighborhood in, which I'm guessing is just going to have to be kind of up in this area here, maybe. I could get it right in here. Try to follow the terrain a little bit. That way you're not making just straight lines everywhere. It's okay. We don't have a whole lot of space. We are about to level up already. All the curbs, yes. If we just built a few more roads, we can honestly level up. I hate how hilly they made every single map in this game, and it's really freaking annoying. Let's go straight on here. Maybe we can put like our first neighborhood right in here, off this shoreline. Grids are terrible in this game too for some reason. Alright. It's a nice little starter spot there, and then we'll just run this. Can't go too much further because we start hitting this area that we don't own yet. Alright. What's up, Epifax? How you doing, man? How you been? Good to see you. Oh man. Excuse me. And it breaks the grids too. We need mods to fix like 90% of this game. Alright. And I'm curious what the European houses are gonna look like as well. This will be interesting. And we'll go ahead and zone in back here. We'll start getting our first few citizens into this probably doomed city. I probably should have left a gap there. That's okay. We'll just make these a little bit smaller. I like coming in behind the houses with like trees. Yeah, me too. I missed it really. I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, and I didn't want to overdo it. So I figured I'd just play some like relaxing stuff here and there and try to put out some YouTube stuff and see what happens. I'm not really expecting a whole lot, but I'm just doing it for the fun at this point, which I guess is the point to begin with, right? It's good to see you, dude. Glad you stopped by. Wait for all these cranes to build. Alright, we do have a starting to get some demand. I gotta figure out freaking poop tube. Figure out what I want to do here. Probably just a roundabout. Since we're doing European, we'll just put roundabouts everywhere. Make Biffa proud. I think we can just kind of do this and then maybe loop in to connect. Okay. There we go. That's not too bad. Playing games for fun, I know, right? Well, I mean, before when I was doing this full time, it was, you know, there's a lot of pressure. I mean, most of it, I kind of put on myself, but still, when you're trying to grow and make it to a certain extent, it gets really stressful really quickly. and that's no longer the goal anymore, right? So just hanging out and building really terrible things, but at the end of the day is just here to relax. I ended up looking okay. Actually, happy with that. You still haven't built these houses yet? Come on! Stupid overlay is so bright. Like, why? Like, why is this so bright? Like, my eyeballs. You can't even see the grid. It's like gray on white. Like, I don't know who thought that was a good idea. But they should be fired. So let's put some corner stores down here. Yeah, something like that. That'd be good. Same thing on this side. We'll just leave a couple spaces in between there. What is the... Did I miss a spot? Oh my god, I did. Get out of here with your non-flat nonsense. Yeah, it is. It's true. Yeah, and like I wasn't even the thing for me, like I wasn't necessarily close to like, you know, making it big time or anything, but I was having consistently close to 70 people like on a regular basis, which is pretty, I mean, that's good, especially when you consider I'd literally just, you know, started from scratch, right? But in order to like get over the proverbial hump, there was just, you would have to do so much ass kissing and peddling, and they call it, you know, networking is the stupid cliche term, you know, going around and just basically being a social media whore, and that's just not me. Like, it's not my personality, so there's just no way I was gonna do that. And then plus with, you know, speaking like with World of Warships, the powers that be were, for whatever reason, totally against me. I don't know why. But that, it became pretty clear they weren't going to include me in anything, so it was best to move on. And then with, you know, life and everything else going on, it just made sense to kind of take a break. I tried, you know, for a while to get back into it and just never could really get into anything, so I figured, you know what? I find myself playing these kind of games all the time. Why not just stream it and make YouTube video once a week? And if we can get some people in there that enjoy it too, then so be it, you know? But I'm not, like, stressing about it anymore. What do these houses look like? So this is the European theme. I guess the European style is all single story. Like, that's their thing. Whereas, you know, American homes would typically have, you know, two-story homes. But you don't, like, I don't know, when I think of European houses, you don't really... I guess I'm thinking more specific to, like, England, where it's... most people don't even own their own property. They'll rent their flats. We'll see. The cool thing is, though, we do have, like, the left-handed traffic, which is new to City Skylines 2, which is cool. And then when we get our police and emergency services, we'll have, like, the European-style color scheme on that, which would be pretty neat. But supposedly they patched garbage, and their solution was just to crank up the... like, how much garbage it can process. So we'll see once we unlock that, how that goes. But yeah, we're already exporting some electricity, which is good. I thought this thing would crank out more than it is, but it's okay. I really just want to level up so I can buy a couple more tiles to expand this way, so I don't have all these people right next to our industry area. European themes, yeah, this is the first city I'm doing with the European style. We'll see. I'm desperate for them to add their mod support. Absolutely desperate. There's a lot of things that the mods will bring into the game. I guess we can go ahead and put some industry down. I don't want to just have rows and rows of industry either. Like, that doesn't look right either. Like, you just have a straight line of all industry buildings. Let's just run some alleys back here. Oh god, I did it again. Alright, so if if you're new, every time I go to build a road and I have the wrong freaking road tool selected, you gotta take a drink. I don't care what it is. It can be water, Kool-Aid, or straight lean, but every time I mess that up, you gotta take a drink. And it happens a lot, so prepare to be absolutely wasted. Bunch of mods and all, yeah. I mean, City Skylines 1 at launch was pretty bare bones, and then they added in, obviously, all the DLCs, and now, if you go play that game, it's incredible. And this game will get there. The fundamentals for City Skylines 2 are there. The new mechanics and gameplay stuff they added is awesome. They just got rushed to push it out early, and then just completely not optimized, which has kind of hurt the launch. But the fundamental stuff is there. It just needs some tweaking, and then obviously mods and DLCs will add a lot to it. So what I think I'm gonna do is like run some back alleys back here behind some of our buildings. God, I did it again. Drink. I'm telling you, you're gonna be absolutely freaking smashed. Because you can actually zone off these alleys. I do miss the old industry roads from City Skylines 1, though. I wish we had those back. Dr. Pepper. There you go. Oh, cherry Dr. Pepper, even better. Hey! We hit Tiny Village. Which means we get some map tiles, city budget, the medium density row housing, a few more roads. We unlocked healthcare, garbage, which we'll actually want to get in here, see if it's fixed as well. Alright, so we have 3 tiles to unlock. I'm thinking we want to go this way, because we have this huge, like, valley right here. And obviously we don't, it doesn't make any sense for us to come over here, because we don't have any way to build off this highway yet. So I think we'll just expand down into this valley. Maybe just grab those 2 for now and keep one in the bank in case we run into an issue where we need it. We also have 1 unlock point. Like, I love this. The development tree, like, it's almost like skill points. Like, I love that because you get to dictate kind of what you unlock and when, which I love. So, you know, obviously your first level up, you're not really making a whole lot of big choices, but later on, like, if you don't care for any of the power stuff or, you know, the big hospital, you don't have to get it. Like, I think that's really cool. Aww. Cowbill.
UO.
UO. What up, dude? Thank you for that Prime sub, dude. I appreciate it. Thank you, my kind sir. It's always good to have you here. So usually I start off with advanced road services because that gives you access to your traffic light management and your roadside stuff, which is nice. The other option is roundabouts. Really, those are the only 2 right off, I think. The battery station, I mean, or I think the other one is the crematorium. A lot of people start with because of how big the cemetery is. But I kind of like the cemetery because it has a lot of upgrade potential, and you can actually make it look pretty cool. So I think we'll start with the road services. I did the other city. I didn't like it the way it was going. And the way we kind of had started, because that was like the first city we made. So there was just a lot of things I'd rather have done differently. And then there's been several patches and hotfixes that have changed things, so kind of just starting from scratch. But mainly I have a mental condition where I just have to restart nonstop, so that's mostly the problem. So yeah, let's run another. I think if we do, try to get this lined up like that, and then we can run another alley back behind here, maybe. Play to 5,000 population and start over simulator, basically. You're not wrong. All right, let's get some of this zoned in here. And like I said, I want to space this out a little bit. I don't just want to have piles and piles of industry stuff, like in rows. It's like that would be a good spot for some. Like the area like around the power line will help break some of that up too. Because obviously we can't zone into the power line. And you wouldn't want to zone directly underneath it either. So that'll do good to break up some of this industry a little bit. So let's Plop some there, and then we can also throw in some... God, that stupid freaking filter is so ridiculous. Then we can throw in some, like, corner stores like you would have in these areas, too. Subvertive Mind, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? How you been, man? Long time no see. And we got the row houses too. Oh yeah, Newt, I did. This one is European themed. I know you're just completely flabbergasted because I picked European and I actually turned on left-handed traffic. I know. It's unbelievable. I know you won't believe it until I show it to you. But see, these are all European flats, huh? Huh? Let's see. We have a landfill. I can't put it here. If you're wondering why it's not going here, it's because this is actually our underground water thingamaboo. Which means I don't really want to zone a whole bunch of industry on top of that either. Rough day at work, had to load the trailer full of packages for something. How could that be? Fucking no. Yeah, who's that asshole that who made you do that shit? That wasn't me. I'm re-rolling again next stream, totally. Totally. Alright, so we bought this tile. God, that looks a lot bigger from afar. That's, oh my god.
How do you get Kraken unleashed in cities?
Thank you for that Prime sub, Evapex. I appreciate that, man. How do you get the Kraken unleashed? Well, you turn on natural disasters, and then Cthulhu comes out of the ocean over here and just absolutely destroys everything. Does this even work? Should I hit the button? Let's hit the button. This might blow up my stream, but it's Evapax's fault, so blame him. I don't think it works anymore. It's broken. The button just did nothing. I think I can do it manually. Hold on. Hold my beer. Yeah, all my Stream Deck stuff got busted, so it totally is just frozen right now. But I think I can do this.
Kraken unleashed.
There she is. There you go. There's your Kraken. And for anybody that's new here, that makes no sense and they're completely confused. Aw, yeah. So what I've been doing is leveling this out as we go into this valley, because this is unnecessarily hilly terrain for absolutely no reason. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flatten it out. Pushing the dirt around. Pushing the dirt around. At least this is free. Could be worse. I started over. Our Stream City is gone. I just wasn't happy with it. Riverbend still exists for those of you who are keeping up with the YouTube series. That city is okay. But oh god, autosave. Our original Stream City just, I wasn't feeling it, and there's been a few updates, so I figured I'd start over. Don't worry. Wow, I feel attacked. Like, I feel personally attacked. This is really a lot of terrain that I'm moving here, but... If you're wondering, it's because we have this nice valley right here, so I'm just kind of flattening it out as we go. Yeah, I'm sure next Friday I'll start over again. I'll get really efficient at the starting process, too. I'll be like... 10 minutes in, I'll have a full city down making money, because I'll get so damn good at it, and then we just won't go any further. I have a condition about starting over. I really do. I don't know what it is. It's some type of disease. It really is. And then I guess we can just keep running this, like, what is it called? A feeder road? English arterial road? I can't even. We'll run that parallel. I'm using the bid. These are the SAT words. I tell you what, right now I'm gonna go ahead and put on this big old dang road right in that network, and here I'm gonna zone it residential. I should just stream like that. I'll use my deep south country voice the entire time. That would go over real well, I think. No, it would not. Oh, we can't see our resources either. I have a feeling that this is all like fertile land and I've just completely screwed myself, but you know, whatever. So where's a good spot for these row houses? Maybe along Orchard Street? You know what? I'm gonna start naming streets after you guys. That's what we're gonna do. So my subs, so let's see. So this will be Efipax Avenue. There you go. And then why is this all one? Oh, because it doesn't understand. What is this? Apparently, all right, Efipax, you own the entire city now. This is all Efipax Avenue for some reason. From Pickens. I've been told I do a pretty good Boomhauer impersonation. I damn man, I'll tell you what, man, I'm the industry man, I'm pollution man, I'm on groundwater. I don't know why your street's so big, but there it is. Michael Mark, go best. It's the best one ever, and I cannot for the life of me find the clip of it. Is the one? It might have been that episode where he has to call 911 from the frickin' payphone, and he calls the damn fire department. He's like, "Man, you're gonna tell you what, man, you're gonna fireman, you're gonna fire truck, woo woo woo." And shit freaking cracked me up. That show is so good. Oh man. Well, Efipax, you have an actually ridiculously large street now. So I was gonna name this main street after Newt, but apparently I cannot do that because this is all one road for some reason. I don't understand that. Like, I get it, like, maybe going this way, but why? It has something to do with the roundabouts. The game doesn't separate at the roundabout. End of season 1, last episode. Oh my god. It's so funny. So I was thinking about doing like a set of row houses, maybe this way, and then we'll split it up. Maybe like right here. That'll work. So let's get some medium density row housing in. Yeah, I think this will be cool. We'll have like a really long boulevard. Boulevard of Broken Dreams. This could be cool. And then we'll have like some commercial and stuff like across the street maybe? Or should we do row houses on both sides to get that like that look? Decisions. Decisions. And I don't... can we zone this? Will you... No, I did it. I did it wrong. Son of a bitch. Damn it, make one house, you whore. Well, it's just that... Okay, we're getting 2 houses there. But see how the grid is on this road instead of this road? But then on this side it was on this road and not that one? That drives me bananas. Like, we've got to get a mod or an update or something that lets you dictate which street the grid can go off of. Like, that's number 1 on Alpha's most wanted list. Yeah, we need more commercial. I don't know how I want to do that. Do I want to just double up the row housing? Or do we zone commercial to make up like a parking lot in between? Let's do that. You can't? You can tell it which one? Yeah, but you have to like delete roads and do all kinds of weird stuff, right? Pedestrian path along the side you don't want the zone. The pedo path, alright. Is this Joe Biden alley? You might have been able to. That didn't work. Ah, like that. Okay. I see. So then when I delete this, is it going to go back? Or did it stay the way it did? Oh, look at that! Would you look at that, you smart cookie? So that works, sort of. It did put a gap, but that's okay. At least it gets it facing the road I wanted it facing. I did it wrong. How'd I do it wrong? I made it work? Oh, you're just like really behind. Giggity. Do any of my... I really need to go through and like fix my Stream Deck. Like it's half functioning at this point. Oh, did I not zone up here? I could have sworn I did. Did I not do that? Oh, I don't know. Oh, see? Nope. Just trying to zone it on this road. You will not. You will zone right there, and you will like it. And make the pet. Ah. I need a longer pet path. Okay. That's okay. I just wanted to...
Can I help you, cat? Why are you attacking me?
I just wanted a little corner store right there anyways. That's fine. Oh my goodness. My cats are being crazy. Let's look at all these morons driving on the wrong side of the road down Effapax Avenue. Newt, oh, you know what we'll do? We'll give Newt the highway. That's what we'll do. Newtman Highway. We gotta name both sides. There we go. Newtman Highway. Oh, we can name the bridge. That's cool. Nifty. Summertime. Alright, so my trick of doing this, we gotta... This drives me bananas. My OCD drives me insane with these row houses where it puts the short ones in for some reason. Look at these European row houses. Those are cool. Oh, I have the texture bug right now. If you're wondering why all the cars look like they're not rendered. Alright, let's fix that. Save game. We're gonna... The city's called Smith River. Is what it defaulted to. I thought that was okay. And we'll just rename that Smith River... Smith River Stream City. God, I made that really hard to say. Save. And we're gonna reload our textures real quick. And that should fix our issue. Texture quality down to low. Give it a minute. Everything come to life. I don't know what's going on up here in this corner. Okay. And then go back and then turn that back up to high. Should fix our issue. It has to redo the textures there. There we go. That looks a lot better, yeah? The hell? See that guy just parked? He like crab steered into the parking. So do we do another set of row houses across the street, or do we do our commercial with a parking lot? And just keep the houses on this one side. I think I might just do it on one side because they're all gonna park on the street. Unless we do an alley behind with parking and then force them off the street. Which we might do later on. But you'll see how, like, if you do a six tile row house, they'll build and then every every 4 or 5 you'll get one that only builds in like a 3 slot. And as long as you have the demand, you can delete it and it'll rebuild as the full size one, so you don't have random ones that aren't the same size. Alright. So that'll work, and then we have this commercial here. I don't remember how big the parking lot is, but I think that'll be enough space right there.
Oh my god, cats, what are you doing?
My cats are wrestling. Fantastic. Like that. You see how that one's not the same? Stop it! We don't have any demand though, so it's not going to fix itself till we get more demand. Speaking of demand, we have more industry demand. Put some right here on the corner. Take care of that. Kind of messed up though. I can't really stick a whole bunch of industry down here because of our water. I guess we can make this our like water area. So when we level up again, I think I'll be able to get. How much does it take? Yeah, so the next time I level up, I can get the water treatment plant. So I can build that down here and then delete the poop shoot thing that's shooting what looks like copper straight into my river. They also messed up the water in City Skylines 2. It doesn't actually flow like it did in City Skylines 1. Like, you can't build water sources and stuff anymore. And I've noticed it bugs out with, like, this right here. Like, if I were to delete this, this would just stay there. It doesn't, like, flow with the current like it's supposed to. Either that or the percentage at which it does travel is so exponentially slow, you don't notice it. But one of my other cities, I deleted this thing, like, several in-game years, and it's still just a copper puddle, even though there's supposed to be, like, water current. So I don't know if that's a bug or if that's just something they changed or what. Alright, so let's get rid of this guy. I'm trying to hold off on building healthcare as well because it's so expensive. $105,000 a month to upkeep the medical clinic, which we don't need that right now. I do want to get garbage in though, since they supposedly patched it, but the problem is we don't have anywhere to put it. Flows? Yeah, like it looks like it flows, but it doesn't actually do anything. Like if I were to delete this, that would just sit there. It doesn't flow like it did in 1, I guess is the point I'm making. They changed how water is in this game. For some reason, I don't know why. I thought the way they did it in 1 was great. Made sense. Yeah, so we have a huge commercial residential demand. How do we want to do this? Because I was gonna put like a back alley back in here. Something like that. You're already complaining about high rent? Sure. These just look weird when they're all like butted up next to each other like this. I guess it's because of you get a different grass texture. Just strange. We need to get some trees in, that's part of the problem. What kind of trees do we get? Alder trees? Oh god, that's a lot of trees. Yeah, birch, oak, poplar. Oh, we can still do... I should probably have looked at these trees before I placed them to see which kind I like. We can still do spruce. I found the spruce trees look really, really good. Now, what tree is what? So that should be... It's a pine tree. That spruce tree looks like it's deceased. Oh, it has 0. Oh, because it is dead. Interesting, it's a dead tree. Huh. So these are all pine trees. This is your spruce tree that is healthy. Do we have any birch trees. There's one. I still think these spruce trees are the best. Spruce and pine looks like the majority on the map. We kind of want to match it up so it doesn't. We don't have these like random trees that don't match. All right, how do we want to zone this whole area? Let's go ahead and do this here. Put another roundabout there. Kind of curve this in. Do something like that. There we go. I guess we could put the words English, the landfill. There we go. We could put the landfill over here. I think that'd be okay because where's our water sources? I think there's another one over here. Yep. So if we're gonna use the underground water pumping stations, we're gonna want to not contaminate these. That's a pretty big one too. Put our dump over this way. The problem with that is the wind's blowing this way, so then the smell is gonna, yeah, fudge. I guess like right here is probably gonna be the best spot for it. So we get the incinerators, and then we can incinerate trash instead of stockpiling it. Guess we'll just kind of do something like that. Ah, so strange. How do I? Oh, I can't do that yet. Really? Well, apparently I have to hit a large village before I can redraw this area. It's kinda... Oh no, I can do it here. I was like, there's got to be a way. There we go. So that, and then we'll go. Try to fill that. Make that look a little better. There we go. We can, let's see, we can add a waste recycling, which lowers ground pollution. Collects hazardous waste, allowing garbage to be processed at a higher speed. Enables the landfill to maintain a larger fleet of trucks, so we don't need any of that right now. But we've got our garbage collection in, so that's nice. We do need some more commercial. The plan is to put a parking lot here. Guess we could go ahead and zone that. And then run alley back like that. Oh, I did it again. I clicked the wrong frickin' road tool. Take a drink. Damn it. Okay. What trees did I say? Let's just do pine trees. Let's just go all in on pine. I'm not gonna be able to get another tree in. Oh, I can. There it is. Haha. Beautiful. And then, what if we did like row houses? This is just gonna be like a super densely packed area if I do that. We zone this whole spot commercial. I like leaving spots for parking in the middle though. Dun, dun. smaller industry buildings here. The one thing that I really, really want to be able to do, and I hope they give us the ability to do it sooner rather than later, is to dictate what industry spawns when you're zoning industry. I don't think I can look it up just yet, but because of how deep the goods production chains are, you need to be able to dictate what is building. Like, you'll have a huge deficit of, say, lumber, or I guess it calls it timber, and in order to make it, you have to zone industry buildings that take the wood and process it into timber. Well, the only way to get them is to just keep deleting the building until it spawns correctly. Right now, which is really annoying. I miss the industry specialization from City Skylines 1, where you could zone a district and say, hey, this is forestry industry, and then everything that's zoned in there will build something that's relative to that industry. I hope we get something like that soon, because it's desperately needed in this game, especially later when you have some of the specialized industry buildings, like the paper mill, which takes hundreds and hundreds of tons of timber. And even if you have 100 sawmills, if you can't get the buildings to spawn properly, you're just going to be forever importing it, which is annoying. So hopefully we get something that lets us mess with that soon. What do we want to do along... I guess we can go ahead and zone right here. I like this idea of having these row houses along this like little stretch of road. I guess we can put... What did I do here? Is it's gonna be 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That doesn't look right. Ah, screw it. We'll just do this. Let those start building. I'm leaving space in case we want to continue some roads that direction. We also have this space right here, which we can zone our low density housing. Just do that. That'll take a minute to build in. We have such a huge commercial demand. I don't want to just keep putting them on the corners, because then we have this dilemma where we have, like, we keep doing squares. That's going to be a parking lot. Save some space there. I guess we could go here. Alright. And now we have crazy industry demand. What if we built a little... I think we're better off just doing it this way. Like I said, I'm trying to keep some gaps in here so you don't just have these huge lines of industry building. But okay, so here's one. So this is a good example. So, oh my god, the name of this building, Stefan Stump. So Stefan Stump is taking his wood, and is making timber, right? So then that timber is, you know, used in like the paper mill or various other products. But like this one is making machines. Well, say I have a whole bunch of sawmills and I want to get more timber. The only way I can get more timber is if I just keep deleting this building until it zones correctly, which is really frustrating. So like right now, like you're getting all these, like that's petrochemicals, chemicals, beverages, concrete, beverages again, metals. This one's making food. You've got electronics, and then you'll also get your storage yards too. And like not being able to dictate those is kind of strange. Like this one, see, this one takes timber to make furniture. So it's all these production chains, but you have no control over it outside of RNG spawning, which I feel like there's got to be an industry DLC or something that's coming that's gonna give you control over all of that, because it's just too random right now to really make anything function properly, especially when you're trying to export for money. Not being able to control any of that directly is a bit of a pain. Let's go there. I think we'll go something like that. Just trying to get some roads down in our town. We don't need traffic lights right now either in a lot of these junctions. I don't think it really put any down, did it? Outside of that one, maybe up here. Yeah, it's got them all over the place. Get out of here with these traffic lights. Oh my god, the amount of traffic on this road because of the row houses is a bit obscene. Jeez. That's one of the pluses with the low density housing. You see they'll actually park, a lot of times they'll park in the driveway, or they'll have a garage. In this case, like he's got a garage up in here. So it keeps a lot of the traffic off the streets, whereas look at this, the row housing, there is no parking, so everyone's on the street. Once I get some parking lots in here, that'll help a little bit. But we can also, what we can do is create a district here and actually charge a fee for parking on the side of the road. So that is a good way to kind of get a little bit extra money as well. What's that about? Oh, yeah, no healthcare. Yeah, because we only have 300 people. Like, there's not even enough people here to justify building a freaking medical clinic right now. Soon, though. Soon there will be. You will be. Kind of like this idea of running commercial on the corner. And what we'll do is we'll leave room for parking there. See, this is where my OCD gets me, and I'm trying to like make things like symmetrical, and it's just not gonna work out the way I want it to. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll put some like alley housing in here. This will be neat. Maybe. Or it'll be terrible, one way or the other. We'll do like small row housing in here. This is probably gonna break all my grids. Because what I can do is I can put row housing in here, then we unlock parks. I can put like a central park in here. That could be cool, honestly. There we go. So a parking lot here, parking lot there, parking lot everywhere. You get a parking lot. But we'll do the smaller row houses in here. Yes, excellent. So instead of the 6, we'll do, let's do, what do you think, 4? And then we have space on the back side, or 3? It also keeps the property value down. One of the ways to combat high rent is to make smaller housing, obviously, because then it's cheaper. Let's do 3, since these are going to be on alleys. Oh, I messed up. I forgot about that. So, don't zone... We got lucky here. But the game sometimes will go the wrong way. So until... What is this? I want full size, you jackass. Until the game zones right here, we need to leave that one blank. Otherwise it might build the wrong direction. There she goes. So once those have started, we can zone and it'll eventually fill in. So what I think I might do is like run like some pedestrian streets back in here maybe, and put like some parks in here. That would look really cool. I could run cross streets and break this up, maybe? I just don't want to risk busting our grids. We could also put small commercial on the backside of these as well. Like maybe 2? This is gonna make a bunch of weird looking gas stations if I do that. We'll see. We'll see how this looks. It's feeling in pretty nice though. You really can cram people in here in this game because of the row housing. Pretty nifty. I also have this whole space here. Probably get a service building or something in there. Got more low density demand as well. Alright, one of these houses is not like the others. Like, look at these are all like almost identical. Then you have this house on the corner, who apparently needs paramedics. Gas stations. Yeah, it will. It's just, it's random. So a lot of like your 2x2 buildings, the game a lot of times will make one of the popular assets for that is like a small little gas station. So if I were to zone this whole thing as a 2x2, it might build a lot of gas stations. And I could go in there and delete it and then wait for it to make something else. Kind of the same way the industry works. But look, like Petrol Pony Garage. I have a feeling this is going to be some type of small convenience store or something. Which is not terrible. So like this one's making a Chachi Chachi threads. We get a little t-shirt. Let's, you know what, screw it. Let's just zone it all 2x2 and see what happens. Why not? And then I can actually come back in here and either run a Joe Biden street or or put some trees. I might put some trees. Can I fit pine trees in here? Oh, I can. So when these pine trees grow up to be adult pine trees, it'll look pretty cool because they should grow tall enough to get above the row houses. This might end up looking okay. We'll see. We'll see what businesses pop up. There we go. There's like really cramming stuff in there in this map. I kind of like it. Look at the small 3-tile row houses. Oh, those are nice. They're just little 3-story apartment buildings, essentially. And you have like your little porch on the. Oh, look at that! It's cool. So that's neat. Hello, anyone home? The only downside to the row houses, like I said, is there's no parking, which will solve that problem once I get access to parking lots. This is gonna look really cool though. I'm gonna get a park in here. I think right in this whole section right here, we'll get some park. That'll be really neat. So this will look interesting. I'm curious what kind of business. What do we got? So we got a food market, beverages, a comic book store, food store, another comic book store. It's a lot of comic book, a clothing store, bookstore. Okay, so it's actually mixing this up pretty good. Spindles rides, and then another the Chachi threads. That's not too bad. All right. I need to figure out how to control those. They're all over the place, the Twitch ads. I apologize. I might not get a whole lot of control since I'm just a lowly affiliate, but I want to say they gave us the ability to determine how often those play, but do I dare do the whole spiel? If you don't want ads, make sure to subscribe. Yeah. Like stuff like that is why I couldn't stand it anymore. Like trying to pander. Oh man, we have. Oh, did I unlock that and forget about it? I did. Son of a bitch. Right. Well, I don't want to bury dead people on top of a natural ground reservoir, but I don't think it matters in this game, so just don't dig too deep when you bury Grandma, I guess. Hey, small village. Look at that. It's so pretty. Alright, we've unlocked schooling. We can send our youngins to school now. That's good. 2 unlock points. Oh, we were gonna get the water treatment plant though. Crap. Parking spaces are 2. I really want the water treatment plant. Mainly so I can get rid of the frickin' butthole there. Water treatment plant, here we go. Low pollution, so this needs to be... I don't want it touching the water source here, but I want it kind of in this area. Can it fit on the... Oh, it will. It'll fit right here in this corner. Beautiful, right? Processes sewage and purify it. It purifies the pollutants. I say the water, the treated water is then pumped back into the water network. The removed pollutants become garbage to be collected. This is dusty roads. We're just gonna put it right here. And then we can delete this. Bye. Alright, so this is July 2023. Remember that. July 2023. And we're gonna see how long it takes this to go away. That's the wrong button. I need to delete this pipe. I want to go underground. Delete the pipe. There we go. And we have upgrades. Increase the sewage purification rate, resulting in more sewage. Increase capacity for... Oh my god, that's a really big thing. Oh shit. Damn, I didn't realize we had... Oof. Okay. Oh wow, this is all adding on to it. Okay, we might need to move that at some point then. Did not realize. I thought one of those was internal. Oh well. At least we're picking up the dead people, so that's good. Because we had a lot of people dying already for some reason. What else did we unlock? Oh, we got some more tiles we can buy, and we got the actual apartment buildings as well. Can I see our resources? No. One more level up before we can do that. Shoot. I don't really want to buy more tiles. Made out of... Yeah, they must be asbestos row housing. That could be it. That really might be the... Should I go put trees everywhere? Look how that turned out, though. Like, they're all connect... Oh, that's... Perfect. Frickin' perfect. And then look at all these little shops. Oh, that's so nice. That's cool. And so what I might do then is build the expanded sidewalk here. So you're not parking blocking the street, so then more people can walk to these shops. That might be pretty cool looking. Until we get parking. I don't know. This is pretty nifty. So then if we come in on this side, do like 3 here. And then let's go ahead and get those in. And then we'll do the same on this other side. Or do I do a shops here too? Keep finding all these spaces to put trees. This will look really good when they grow up and be adult trees. Let me build a tree, damn it! I just want a tree. Thank you. Did it really? I didn't see it. He did a spin-a-rooney and then parked. I didn't see it. Oh, it's starting to rain. Fantastic. I'm mad about rent. We need to figure out a school though as well, because we got to get them going up the education chain pretty soon. A good place for an elementary school. Thinking maybe we could build it in here. So if we ran this road just all the way up there, get our connections in. And then what if we did the elementary school like right here and here in the middle? Might be nice. How would we want to do it? Because this has extensions as well. I kind of want it facing the street, right? So yeah, okay. And then what kind of road? I feel like we should have sidewalks. So what if we just ran that right there? Put the elementary school maybe right there. Yeah, in the van down by the river. That's right. Occupation. Rapist. I'll take the rapist for 300. It's therapist. Let tits now, please. Yeah, this will be nice. And then we got a little medical clinic for the kids. We can make the school bigger, and we get a little playground. So the playground will be nice. Go ahead and get that in there. There we go. Hell yeah. Beautiful. God, we need more housing though. We're not growing anymore. I think we can go ahead and get these other houses in on this back side. Yep. This is so crazy. This is like a huge fire hazard. Let's go ahead and just connect this street. 180 degrees, can I? There we go. I guess the question is, do we row house here? Man, this is crazy. I don't think they can park on these streets either. I may have messed up. We may have to fill this whole section with like the large parking lot. I might have messed up. God, that freaking thing is so bright. I better be on the same city. I will. I'm liking the way we started this time, as opposed to last time. But I appreciate you hanging out, man. Have a good night. Have fun tomorrow. Let's see, what do we just have such a huge commercial demand. Okay, whoa, okay. Freaking airplane was like, hey, watch this. We have this whole area right here we could zone. Let's do that. Gusto, what's up, buddy? There went yeah, it was FedEx right there late. I was saying, how you doing, man? Yeah, I gotta build the post office so I can rename everything to FedEx. How's it going, dude? It's good to see you. I don't want to zone this too crazy. Again, leaving space for parking. That should be enough space to put some trees back there. Let's do something like that. Hell yeah. Maybe we can get trees along this side here, too. Alright, we got some trees in here. Surviving 3 kids and a wife and all that jazz. Nice. Yeah, I mean, the last time... God, it's been a couple years, hasn't it? This is the last time I've been on? And you've been around? I've been good, though. I've been good. Just been working, man. Trying to figure out what to do as far as streaming and stuff, because I want to do it, but I don't want to do it full-time like I was. And trying to find the right games to play and all that fun stuff. Yeah, Red Dead 2. God, that was fun. It really upsets me how they just left the online for dead. It's like, the systems were there for Red Dead Online to be the greatest, like, Western MMO ever. And they just don't care. I mean, it's just, it really upsets me. I wonder if I could run... Should I run a pedestrian path? I might break the grid. Yeah. That's like a role play, but I mean like the systems were there for them to release all kinds of cool content for Red Dead Online, like housing and like proper wagons and stuff, and they just like half-assed it. I don't know. Yeah, let's just put some pine trees in here. Make a nice little pattern. If I can. I cannot because I messed up. Oh, I got one in there. Oh, it went blue for us. Oh, this is gonna be ridiculous trying to get this in here. There it was. Gotcha! Really? Yeah, the private moddable servers, yeah. But you shouldn't have to go through all that, like, and modding and that stuff can be a bit of a nightmare. I know Grand Theft Auto is a pain to mod. Game was super fun, though. I'll give it that. We have enough space here to do almost like 2 rows of trees back in here. We'll fill this in with some pine trees. That'll work. That'll fly. But yeah, I'm streaming every Friday night now is the official schedule, and then I have started making some more YouTube content again. I try to put out at least one video a week with a YouTube city that I'm working on. So that's really what I've been up to. I just started doing this. I think this is my 3rd week. Just trying to get back into the swing of things. So, not a whole lot going on, though. God, that ended up looking really cool with those houses crammed in there. That's such a fire hazard, though. What about Rampage? Oh, man. Yeah. It is on Fridays. I can't, like... I don't know, like, I struggle to watch Dynamite on a consistent basis as much as I want to. And Collision's kind of fallen off as well. They did kind of what I was afraid they were going to do, is they had so much talent that they needed more TV time, and they've kind of overdone it. Now it's the same thing WWE did. You had too many events going on. I'm not going to devote, 4 days of my week to wrestling. Like, as much as I love it, I'm just not going to happen. Yeah. Like, I'll try to keep up with Dynamite as best I can, but the other two, not so much. I know what I want to do right now. I'm kind of stuck waiting to level up again so I can unlock some stuff. Still don't have... I try to want to wait till we get about 1,000 people before I build this medical clinic. I could build the high school and get that started. That would probably level us up, but where should the high school go? Because it's relatively large as well, yeah. And it has the stadium that goes with it. Well, you know, the rumors now is that he's actually coming back. That he's the man in the mask, right? Yeah, I do feel like sometimes he gets kind of... I think it's gotten better. I think he's letting some of the, like, Jericho and Bryan Danielson do some of that stuff. I wonder if that stadium would fit behind here. That's gonna be tight. I don't know if it's gonna fit. And the problem is there's no way to delete it if it doesn't. I guess we could move it. I like to move it, move it. We'll try this. This might not work. This will level me up, though, when I put this. Yeah, and there's been, like... Yeah, there's been... You know, everybody thinks everything they say is a CM Punk reference. Like, you know... So the whole thing where they threw the Acclaimed through the glass, you know, was it real glass? You know, was that a CM Punk thing? And there's been, like, a few comments here and there, and then CM Punk posted a picture with blood on him that said, I got in a fight with the devil or something, and of course that's MJF, so it's like, everything is a wrestling reference if you want it to be, and so it's crazy. Part of me wants to just not follow any of that stuff on the internet, because you get spoilers, but then you get all this fan theory stuff that, you know, you try and get hyped for no reason. It just gets a bit overwhelming. Alright, so the high school's down. Will the stadium fit? No. I was not even close. Balls. I think we're gonna have to turn the high school this way, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's more enjoyable that way, because you're not like, oh, let me go see if that guy's really injured, or, oh, that guy's not on TV, let me go find out why, or, hey, look at this rumor, so-and-so was seen at the arena before they debut. You know, you kind of ruin it sometimes doing that. We're gonna have to move the high school. You could do it this way, and then the stadium's right there by the interstate, so as you're driving down the highway, you can get a glimpse of the stadium. That'd be kind of cool. Do the stadium like that, actually. That's not a bad idea. And I can get a parking lot in behind it. There we go. Nifty. If you don't have social media, how are you going to keep up with all my content? Alright, what do we unlock? There's something I specifically want. Parking lots. Yes. Give me the parking lots. So now that we have parking... Nice, so the medium parking lots will fit in here. I don't think the large will not. Mediums will though. There we go. And actually I could fit 2 smalls here. There we go. Some parking. So that's nice. And then I have to wait till level 4 to unlock parks. That's just what we want to fill in here with. But my idea was to oh my god, I just stuttered like crazy. Today, Junior? Oh, are you kidding me? I'm 1 freaking tile too far. Because I was going to put a large parking lot in here for all these row houses. Because they can't park on this alley. I suppose I could move Umber Lane over one and get this in there. That's gonna take up a good chunk of the space. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Why am I underground? Get out of here. Okay. Now the question's gonna... Oh, that almost fits better that way. Ah, decisions. Where do we want... Because then we could run the road that way. Oh, but then it's not even. Not even this way either, though. I feel like we'll do it this way. Let's just plop it. Then run that behind it, and then when we unlock parks, we'll fill this in with parks. But then something else I can do is it going to let me zone this way? I think I can. Can. Nice. All right, I appreciate it, Gusto. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be on. We'll see. But I appreciate you hanging out, man. It's good to see you, for sure. Just cram a whole bunch of... I appreciate it, man. Just cram a bunch of little row houses in here. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, Friday nights seem to be the best time. You know, maybe I'll add more days if I get used to it or get the itch to play something else during the week. I just picked up the new Call of Duty. I know, shame on me. But the, like, 17-year-old kid in me was like, it's fucking Call of Duty. So, maybe I'll start streaming that during the week. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, we're at a good spot right now. I've got our education system started. I can't... Oh, I can see our resources now. Really? There was no farmland here? Wow. Actually, we don't have farmland at all, really. Only up here in the corner. And right here to the side. So we have farmland right here and farmland up here. I guess the easiest one to get to is going to be this one. Yep. There we go. So we can at least start getting farms in there. And we can start zoning specialized industry. Rocks. Chicken and rocks. I think it'd be cool to have the rock industry up against this mountain. Man, I could... yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. Then we have this highway connection to nowhere. Oh, autosave. So do these pollute at all? Ground... Yeah, ground pollution low. Okay. So we don't want those anywhere near our water source. Trying to break these up a bit just so you don't have these huge rows. Make like some different shapes too, right? So you get some kind of unique, unique buildings going on. With some more commercial there on the corners. How's our garbage doing? Processing speed 54. So are we generating that much trash already? Huh. That's what we were gonna unlock, wasn't it? Was the frickin' incinerator, which I can't get until we level up again. Just had to have the parking lots. But you see people already starting to park. And I can start forcing people into those parking lots too if I really wanted to. Let's get a pedestrian crossing there. Oh, look at those little. Oh, this is beautiful. The way I've just crammed all these houses in here. What's gonna, be cool is later on you unlock a community swimming pool. To put the pool in here, then this almost looks like a big apartment complex. That'd be kind of nifty. I still like my park idea though. Let's get some trees. Oh, was I gonna put a? I was. Yeah. Which one are you? You're. Oh, one of these lets me. There it is. There we go. That way they can at least walk through, give a little bit, some more options for the foot traffic. God, this is actually looking really cool. It's really dense in here though, jeez. I didn't necessarily mean to pack it in that tight, but damn, we did. We're actually getting close to needing our medical clinic. We can go and get our fire department in though. Good spot for that. Fire department like in front of the school, like off to the side, like right there. Typically you don't want to put that right at an intersection, at least you didn't in City Skylines 1. It would cause issues. Maybe something like that. Fire department in, and then police as well. That won't fit. Damn. Police station we can kind of put on this corner here. Right. The only service we're missing now is the medical clinic. But the cool thing with the cemetery is you can add a temple, which is really nice, and then once you have the crematorium, you can build a place to store the remains, and they're really big add-ons for this place, and they look really cool. Let's get some industry in here. I don't know what to do with this space right here we've kind of made for ourselves. Suppose I could just extend. How do I... Imagine being the business that butts up against this. Something like that. How would you like to work at this place? The car dealership right behind the landfill. God almighty. But we just gave ourselves that much more storage space by doing it, so that's nice. What if we made like a little subdivision in here? So that does work. So that forces the zoning to the side of the street you want. That is awesome. I'm glad you showed me that, Newt. That's freaking dope. Now what we'll do is we'll come in here. We can actually make like a small neighborhood. What a weird way to have to make that work, but sure enough, I mean, that freaking works. I don't want these to be like drastically large houses either. That's why I'm zoning. Oh, that's the wrong button. I'm zoning these smaller. What a neat trick. +1 Canada points for you, sir. And then we can come back in and just delete that, I would assume. Yeah. Hell yeah. Now, I guess the other question is going to be, is this going to give me a big enough grid to do anything with? Holy crap, it will. Nice. Yeah, so we'll cram some low density in here. Like so. Nifty little neighborhood we'll have there. Some commercial down here in front of the high school. Maybe like a convenience store too. And then we wanted a alley there, and then another large parking lot across from the stadium, right? There we go. That looks nice. Can I get some trees? Oh, I can, okay. Oh, this is gonna be really finicky. Desperately want a prop line tool. I'll do it by hand for now. There we go. This is coming together pretty well. I'm definitely liking this city a lot better than our first one. For sure. Definitely off to a better start. Losing a good chunk of money though. I think, like, how cool would it be to put our rock industry like up into there? Can I even buy the tiles that far out? Oh my god, we can. But until I can build some intersections, it's gonna be, yeah. Ah, wrong button. Nice. I want to at least level up one more time before we stop tonight. That'll put us at Grand Village. Can I run one more in here? I think I can. Probably can get one more alley in here. And then thanks to Newtman, we can do that and that. Oh, and it even works this way too. Look at that. It pushes it over. Holy crap. That is one handy little trick. I'll be darned. And same thing right here. I bet you it'll fix. Yeah. Cool. All right. Look at me go. Do we go ahead and build the library? Oh, we're already up to almost people. Should probably go ahead and get the medical clinic in, as much as I don't want to pay for it right now. That's the cemetery, Andrew. Jesus Christ. Alright. Good spot for the clinic. Probably across from the landfill. Jesus. Maybe like on this main street, like right here? Maybe something like there? We're so close to leveling up. 18 points. God. Go build a roundabout. It gives me XP. I build 2 roundabouts, we'll level up. There we go. And then, oh, I didn't really want to delete the whole road, but that's okay. Alright, so we leveled up to Grand Village, which is fine. And now we need the incinerator. What else? Don't need the college yet. Don't need trains. Actually, let's go ahead and go for the parks. Watch this. And then we should have... Oh, it's just... Wait. I could get probably 2 of those in there. Oh, that would look really good too. I bet, can I get... Can I fit both of them in there? Oh, I had that turned correctly the first time, and now there it goes. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tiles. How wide are you? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this will fit. I think this will work. Oh, let's get the bigger one in first, just in case. This is like our central park area. This is gonna look really cool if this works. Did I miscount? I think I did. Yep, 1 tile too many. We get the plaza. Oh, so close. 1 tile off from being able to make that all connect. Ah, it would have been really nice to do that. That's okay. The plaza will work. And then the dog park is again too long. Playground will fit both ways though. There we go, and then throw in some trees along the side here. Look at that now. Oh man, I love that. That's such a cool area now. With that filled in. Hell yeah. with all of our row houses and everything tucked in there. Oh, it's so cool. And then we have the park and the parking lot. Yeah, I'm really like that. Just came out really cool. I'm really like that. It makes me happy. Like it really does. Everything is just like, I don't know if it's because I'm using the European theme or what, but everything is just like packed in there almost perfect. Like we've got the commercial on the outside, and then our row houses tucked in almost like an apartment complex, and then a central park and parking lot because you can't park on the alleys. And once I start prohibiting parking along these streets, it'll start forcing cars in there. Oh, that just looks really good. And then we've got like our smaller subdivisions. Once I get trees around here, that'll look better too. We've got our schools. This is coming together. I love this city a lot better than I did our other one. Even though I'm having to flatten out so much of this just for my sanity. I think this is really good. Like we'll go through and like this will be farmland because that's our two fertile farm areas up here and right here. We do have oil, I think, right here, which is kind of not in a good location, but we have some elsewhere we can get to. We've got ore here up in the mountain, which is going to look really cool. I really like this map. I just wish I had a little bit more flat terrain down here in the valley that we're not having to move all this dirt around. But I'm really happy with the way this area turned out. And what we'll do is we'll go through and actually zone this as a district. Heck yeah. And we'll charge, I'll start limiting parking along the outsides, and then we'll start charging, or I might just start charging for parking on the street as well, which will give us some income, because we're losing money pretty quick right now until we get our industry up and running. We also have office demand now, so that's pretty neat. And we unlock buses. We don't have enough people to need a bus yet. We only have 860 people. I really built the clinic a little bit early, but I had a lot of people complaining about it, so here we go. Hell yeah. Smith River Stream. I made that so hard to say. Save. The landfill is kind of sus, yeah. I did, I unlocked the incinerator. So it's gonna replace this. I had to put it, I didn't have a good spot to put it because of our water, locations for our reservoirs. Like, I can't contaminate that one. We're drawing water from it. I'm gonna be drawing water from this one because it's huge. And then, you know, the wind is blowing this way, so I didn't want to put it up here because, you know. So, but yeah, that incinerator is massive. But it would fit right here because this is kind of our industry area. So I might, can we delete this or is it still bugged? No, we can just straight delete all of our trash. Makes total sense. And then incinerator, bam. Oh, then we can actually connect it for power too, can't we? I forgot about this. I've got power lines there. So what if we go across the street out towards there? There we go. We're now very poor. Very, very poor. But that looks a lot better than that landfill. That was super sketchy, so. And we can put some offices right here. Oh, this will look cool because the office buildings are neat. I gotta fix this though. I'm so glad you showed me this trick. This makes me happy. Because now I can zone like that. And like that. Hell yeah. So we'll get some like cool office buildings right here. Nice. Then we gotta start figuring out where we're gonna put our downtown area too. Anywho. Man, that looks cool. I did a thing. Any of these buttons working? Yeah. Anywho, I think that's a good spot. I gotta get up early in the morning, so stop a little bit early. Got another, what, 2 hours in? Started a brand new city. Got pretty far, level 4 already. So hell yeah. So I'll get the replay of this up probably Sunday or Monday in case you miss it. Next episode of Riverbend next week as well. And yeah, we'll go from there. I appreciate you guys hanging out.